Hello and welcome back to FC26 Spin the Wheel edition, brought to you by myself, Bevchenko. If you tune into yesterday's episode, it was absolute drama and chaos. We won on penalties against Fenerbahce in the Europa League, and then in the quarter-finals we faced Stuttgart but lost 2-0. We got absolutely battered, and there was a controversial penalty decision which went against us in that one. However, we do have the second leg to play. We're not completely out of it just yet. But we are out of the FA Cup, thanks to Anthony Gordon's goal early on in the game. But to today's games, we have got Aston Villa at home in the league, followed by that return leg against Stuttgart, where we've got it all to play for, and then a home game against Burnley to tie it all together. So straight into today's action, Forest down in 6th and Aston Villa in 10th. Ola Aina is the only change. He goes out of the squad after two poor performances where he's been absolutely burnt for pace down that right hand side, and Jed Spence gets a chance to impress. Rainy City ground. Sancho starting today for Villa as well. Luca Dean. Kamara chests it over the top of Morgan Gibbs White. Forest needs to start brightly. Buendina. Looks for a quick ball. Forest win it back with Douglas Luiz, the former villain. He was a bit of a hero at Villa Park. It's opening up here. Gesand. Blocked by Nico Williams. Corner to Aston Villa. Play a short one. Header comes in. Away. And Elliot Anderson to Morgan Gibbs White, who plays it across to Dan and Doy, who should probably get things moving here. Looks for a crossfield ball. Beautiful. Heads it back to Fofana, who puts it back to Nico Williams. Really like that bit of passage of play there. Morgan Gibbs White puts Fofana back in. What can Forest do here? Cut back inside. Loses the ball. Nothing. Gassond. To Konsa. Diamandi. Kamara. Gassond. Good tempo to this game so far. Konsa with a great ball through to Gassand, beating Nico Williams and Fofana there in one swift movement. And still Aston Villa attack. Blocked by Elliot Anderson. Throw-in to Aston Villa. Just playing it down line, looking for a corner. But no, he's not. He's looking to get in the box, and he does. Yuri Tielemans, and shot by Jadon Sancho. Matt Sells is not happy with that defending. Rather sloppy by Forest. Matt Sells covers. Plays a quick ball to Fofana. Throws it out of play completely. Not the greatest of distribution from the Forest number 1. Forest are getting battered here. Gassond. Elliot Anderson. Some tired legs out there. So the season is coming to a close. Speaking of tired legs, does Igor Jesus have tired legs or not? Absolute golden opportunity wasted. Didn't even get it on target. Can't believe that by Igor Jesus. Elliot Anderson wins it back. He's playing well today, is Elliot. Nice ball to Fofana. To Douglas Luiz. Looks for Morgan Gibbs White. Morgan Gibbs White just cannot make that final ball happen at the moment. Luca Dean plays it to Sancho. Jed Spence wins it. Puts the dummy in. Looks to Fred, Dan and Doy. And he does. He's got to take it on himself. Emi Martinez. Great save by Emi Martinez. He looked for Morgan Gibbs White, did Dan and Doy, but just didn't feel like the positioning was there to put that ball across the face of goal for him. So here come Aston Villa. Konsa to Gassand. Has played reasonably well so far. Buendina. Kamara. No relation to Chris Kamara. Forest appealing for offside. Don't get it. Yuri Tielemans. Luca Dean's pushing forward now. Forest got to be careful. Forest, if they can get the ball here, then they've got set up nicely for a counter-attack. Problem is, they've got to get it. Kamara. Nice, lovely one-touch football by Aston Villa. And there is Ollie Watkins. And he puts an effort wide as well. He should have done better. 2 golden opportunities gone for both teams here. Dan and Doy looking to thread a ball. And he does, but Pau reads it well. It was a good run by Igor Jesus. And that's the half. 0-0 at the City ground. Forest knocking Aston Villa out of the FA Cup earlier on in the season, before they found success against Liverpool and ultimately saw their chance at that silverware gone thanks to Anthony Gordon at Newcastle with a stunning goal after breaking the lines. Conser to Gesond. Forest struggling a bit here. Problem is with Forest, they don't get many chances, so when they get them, they've got to take them. And that's what worries me about this Stuttgart game. Because they've got to score at least 2. Could score one here, though. Oh, Dan and Doy launched off the ball there. Can't. Referee just waving play on. Fofana. Well blocked. And Morgan gives White shot there. And here he is again. Just closed down. There's too many defenders on him now. Villa just resetting, passing it back. Just calming the play down a little bit. Gain hold of the ball. Making sure that everyone's set before they launch an attack. Gasson to Conser. To Buendia. Forest not one to pass it around so much. They like to just get that ball forward and make things happen. And speaking of making things happen, they didn't then. Villa passing the ball around really nicely. Ball over the top. Beats Jed Spence. Half a chance here. Jacunia's going to have to pull himself across. He does. Ball comes through to Ollie Watkins. Referee plays on. Saved by Matt Sells. And that ball seems to take forever to come back down. There was a foul on the edge of the box. But Villa chose to play on. Here they come again, do the villains. Forest not looking like they're going to do anything in this game. Quite a few teams have played this style against Forest recently to success. Wonder if they've been passing on some notes. I feel like we've got quite the challenge at the moment. In the past few games, we've not really been ourselves. Half chance, Malik Fofana. It's saved. Cannot score. What is going on at the training ground? 132 passes to 37. Says it all really on how much ball Forest have really had. Headed by Gibbs White. Should probably brought it down and had a shot. Six minutes remain. Sancho gives the ball away, as does Elliot Anderson. Ball over the top. Sancho is blocked, but Buendia brings it back. Forest now on the counter. Well held. No, Morgan Gibbs White. Oh! It was completely by accident. Nearly went in. Shea Cunha, but for an earlier challenge. That was the one on the edge of the box ages ago. I mean, I wasn't happy with Morgan Gibbs-White having a shot from there, but I'll tell you what, it would have been the greatest goal I've ever seen. So 0-0 between Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. That doesn't really help Nottingham Forest in their quest to secure European football, but it does help Aston Villa, who sit down in 10th. So Forest with it all to do against Stuttgart in the second leg of the Europa League. They currently trail 2-0. There's been changes. Jed Spence returns to right back in the absence of Ola Aina. Amari Hutchinson gets a start after his fantastic performance in the last European game. He replaces Dan Ndoye. And Evan Nilsson gets the nod ahead of Igor Jesus. And there's half chance there by Forest. Forest know they need to attack today. Jean Mateta. Furyk, the goal scorer in the first leg. The Forest looking to make things happen quickly. It's bad throwing by Amari Hutchinson, giving it straight away back to Stuttgart. And the City Ground pitch is looking perfect tonight. The groundsman's done a fantastic job. After winter, where it was looking a bit patchy in places. Great play by Furyk to Elkanous. To Stiller. Furyk. Elkanous. Great challenge by Jacuna. Jed Spence now gets running. He's looking for Amari Hutchinson, who can't seem to keep up with him. And there's the ball to Amari Hutchinson, what we were looking for. It's been a bit of an off-the-field football incident there with Morgan Gibbs-White, who couldn't seem to keep up with play. Great by Douglas Luiz. He's looking for some support. He doesn't get it. He's going to give this to Evan Nilsson, try and find something to happen. He gets a shot away. There's no power on it. Nubel to Oliveira. Forest doing all the right things so far. They need an early goal. Early goal will do wonders for this Forest team. And the fans singing their heart out at the City Ground. Sellout of 30,000 here today. They know what's at stake. They know they need to get behind their fans. And Fofana wins it back. Fofana driving this ball forward. Morgan Gibbs-White. He has a powerful effort saved by Nubel. Another free header by Elliot Anderson. I feel like Elliot Anderson should just try flicking these on, because he never scores them. Oliveira brings it to Stiller. It's all Forest at the moment. That's the way they need to keep it. But they need a goal. An early goal will calm the nerves and stop silly decisions. Fofana. Pace of Fofana is quite important today, I believe. Oh, nearly put a lovely ball to Morgan Gibbs-White there, but just intercepted at the last second. Now where to go. Stuttgart just need to keep hold of this ball, really. They should just play it around the back, like they did in the first leg. Half chance here. Matata puts Elkanous through. It's saved by the feet of Matt Sells. And squirms wide for a corner. It's an opportunity. Mateta with the header. Thundered away by Jacuna. Good header by Evan Nilsson, but Llewellyn picks it up before Morgan Gibbs-White can. Elkanous again. Jacuna. Been fantastic, Jacuna. Arguably my player of the season, given the circumstances on how he came into the team and everything. Looks for a chance. And then, handball! That is definitely a handball. I saw his arm go up. Penalty here to Forest. We'll have to have a look at it again. Yep, we're giving that one. His arm's out. Chance for Forest to take the lead. And Morgan Gibbs-White scores the goal. Finally, Forest have a decision go their way in terms of a penalty. Great penalty, that. Mari Hutchinson's tired already. So 1-0 to Forest at the City Ground. More penalty VAR drama. Let me know your thoughts. Did you think that was a penalty this time? I felt like his arm was really out there on that one. 1-0 at the break. If Forest can do the same again, they can take this tie to extra time. So 2-1 on aggregate to Stuttgart. Who know, they just need to keep hold of the ball, Stuttgart. Don't know what they're doing, really. Trying to be really aggressive. They're playing like we play. Morgan gives White to Fofana. Well, that's a poor ball. And here's a bit of a break. Mateta. Oliveira. To Furyk. How Crystal Palace wish they could have kept Mateta, as they're having a bit of a mid-table season. Ball over the top. Oh, double save by Newbell. Evan Nilsson should have done better. That should have been the equaliser. And a header by Elliot Anderson straight into the hands of Newbell. Finally one on target. He's blasted that ball out for a throw-in. There's a bit of panic here, I think, from Stuttgart. 56 gone. All to play for. Forest need to find another goal or they're going out of the Europa League. That's a foul. Referee's giving play on there. Assignon to Llewellyn. He's not had the impact in this game as he did the first. Assignon to Llewellyn. Plays it down to El Canoes. Forest got to be careful here. Now Stuttgart are passing it around like they did in that first leg, which brought them great success. Oliveira. Canoes to Stiller. Forest need to get hold of this. The longer they wait, the less chance they have to score. Jed Spence just stepped out of position there. Play on by the referee. Furyk pulls it back. They just want to keep hold of it now, Stuttgart. Forest need to do something. Tactically, they might have to. Jacuna plays it to Fofana. Gets down the line. Uses his pace. Needs someone to make a run. He's going to have to just go for it and hope he's got the pace to beat him. I don't think Evan Nilsson does have that pace. Gets the ball. Morgan Gibbs White. Morgan Gibbs White trying to thread a ball to Mari Hutchinson. 15 to go. Forest could still do this. But they need to get a goal. They haven't scored a goal from open play in some time, I don't think. Certainly not in the past few. We said it'd be quite tough for Forest to get to at the moment against this Stuttgart team, the way they've been playing. Karazor. Blocked. Time's running out. 12 minutes to go. Stuttgart ringing the changes. Not taking Mateta off, though. Lovely play by Stuttgart. And Forest cannot get the ball. Mateta, the flag stays down. Using his strength well. Nico Williams just jockeys him. Karazor lays it back. Forest have not touched the ball for 15 minutes. Crazy statistic. This is all that they need to do. Forest are switching to a more attacking formation now. They know they need to make things happen. Oh, he's giving the ball away. 3 minutes to go. They're going out of the cup as it stands. Blocked. Jacuna. But it falls back to Stuttgart. And that... I thought that was the whistle. It's offside. Or a handball, one of the two. Last chance for Forest. Pass. by Morgan gives White, gets intercepted. There's 1 minute to play. This is it. Forest aren't going to get this ball back now. And there it is. Nottingham Forest out of the Europa League. Valiant effort from Forest to win on the day. But in Stuttgart, the German fans are going wild. So Forest playing Burnley at Turf Moor. Oh no, it's at the City Ground. And Burnley find themselves in 18th position. Forest with their regular 11 lineup. Trying to give a few players a rest from the Europa League defeat against Stuttgart earlier on. Forest need to get back to, well, goal scoring ways really. I mean, they're playing well, but... Oh! And it's 1-0. Burnley take a shock lead in the 3rd minute with an absolute rocket from Zion Fleming for his 5th of the season. He's absolutely smashed that. Ola Aina done for a bit of pace again. I think Ola, his days could be numbered. But obviously we're not going to sell him. We'll leave that up to the wheel to decide. Forest have it all to do now. Losing to Burnley. Are the wheels coming off the season? Out of the FA Cup. Out of the Europa League in 2 weeks. Or 2 episodes, should we say. Hannibal brings it forward. Playing well at Burnley here. Ola Aina all out of sorts at the moment. Shekunia wins it back. Dan and Doy picks it up. Brings it forward. Drives it forward. There's just no support. They're not playing like they have been doing the past, like, couple of months in this game. Gibbs White tries to thread it through to Douglas Luiz. Fails miserably. Burnley are packing this midfield. And they know it works against us. And Fleming again. 2-0 to Burnley. This is an unbelievable performance. The boos are ringing round the City Ground. 21 minutes gone. Forest getting absolutely battered by Burnley. Headed by Igor Jesus, but there's not enough connection on it. Morgan gives right, rockets one, but well deflected by the Burnley keeper. There's a chance for Elliot Anderson now. Fires a rocket into a crowded area, hoping it'd deflect its way towards goal, but it doesn't. Anthony to Hannibal to Fleming, who's on a hat-trick. Hannibal. Burnley knocking it well nicely now. Just can't believe the start that Burnley have had. Very aggressive by Scott Parker's team. Florentino. Previously linked with Nottingham Forest in 2 summers ago. But the club opted to bring in Ibrahim Sangare. Nice pass by Igor Jesus. Who gets the return ball, but it's going to get shown by Kyle Walker there. Who wins the ball back. Musini Carte as well there. Douglas Luiz picks it up. Drives forward. Being matched by Hannibal. Tries to get past Hartman, but Hartman stands his ground and wins the ball back. Well won by Ola Aina. But Hartman wins the ball, and now Forest are out of position. Anthony to Hartman. Burnley looking to add to their tally. And they could here. Decide to play it back. Half time. And it's 2-0 at the City ground. But not to the home team. Boos continue to ring around the ground. Forest need to be winning games like this. Forest going all out attacking now. I think they have to, really. Don't really have a choice. In fact, there's just no support from anyone. Like, the support's out of the way. Dan and Doy trying to win that header. And Forest now have stopped the booing and trying to get behind their team. They just want to see some effort. Burnley have been by far the better team today. Fleming on a hat-trick. Saved by Matt Sells. And it squirms across the goal line. Musa Nikate is bringing this one forward. He's seen enough. He knows things need to happen. Morgan Gibbs White loses the ball. Good play to Hannibal. To Florentino. Over Chukwu. To Zan Fleming. Who gets the ball? He's one-on-one here. Ball goes across. It's Tuna. Played it to Zion Fleming, who turns Musa Nikate. And it's well saved by Matt Sells. That shot was probably harder than the 2 goals he scored. Shoot, Morgan. Couldn't get the ball out of his feet. .66 played. Burnley still looking the most likely to score the next goal. A team that currently sits in 18th, it surely is a great performance. Forest been struggling against those teams at the foot of the table. Leeds battered them as well. Seem to win all the games against the mid-table teams. And then lose to the bottom teams. Oh, through ball. Amigo Jesus there. It's very close. Fofana bullied off the ball by Florentino. He wins it back. He's got the pace for it. Has he got the support? He's looking for it. He's got it. Well saved by the keeper. And that's the last play of action for Igor Jesus, who is replaced. He's called for a penalty. So many penalties in the past few games. So Anthony, accused of what I believe is a handball. I don't even know what's gone on here. We got a penalty. I didn't even see the foul. Must have been foul when he touched the player. So it wasn't a handball decision for us to nearly save that penalty. It was a poor penalty. Forest back in the game. Morgan Gibbs White's 7th goal of the season. Dan Doy comes off of Brennan Johnson now. 13 minutes for Forest to salvage a point. Anthony giving away the penalty with a foul. Ball over the top. Florentino wins it. Still don't think Forest are going to create enough to get an equaliser. Never mind a winner. Oof. Malik Fofana had to be careful with how he slid in there. Oh, Florentino with a 360 spin. Fleming wins it back though. Great play by Burnley. Wrong decision. Ah, Morgan gives White turn the wrong way. 2 minutes remain. Burnley are going to get a valuable 3 points here. One minute and that's it. So big win for Burnley at the City Ground. And that defeat leaves Nottingham Forest in 5th on 58 points. But that gap between 5th and 6th is completely gone. Arsenal are in 6th, also on 58 points. There's not long left. But that's all for today's episode. Tune in tomorrow for some more action as we wind up the season. If you've enjoyed today's content, please subscribe, like and comment. Until next time, cheers.